All right, welcome to today's session of Dumb Masteries, shooting on 6th of November 2024, and it is a lovely, lovely, lovely Wednesday morning. And this is live, and the topic that we have thought of talking about is about business, startups, and what are the challenges people face. So let's open this out. Just for helping you to start this topic today, few of my friends here have shared some of the pointers like the business startups are failing because they don't do probably proper research. The second person says marketing oriented issues are there. They do not know or they don't have proper marketing structures. The third thing was lack of resources. And the fourth one is sustainability. Okay, so this is only a tip of an iceberg that has came to me. And I would like to open this discussion. Okay, startup does not mean that you have to start a company like a manufacturing company kind of things. Even for those people who are starting their individual journey, might be they are freelancers. That is also a startup. Yes or no? Influencers, consultants. These are called as one-man company. Okay, or called as OPC models, one-person company models. Even that is also startup. I think everyone struggles at that point of time because that's a foundation system. Survival, sustenance are the key elements here. So let's open the discussion. What do you think about it? So, and if you are in your journey, there is also starting up. Somewhere you are starting something, okay? And this topic is very relevant for me. Today is day 6 of my journey where I'm starting a new company. And this is my 14th initiative. And I'm doing all these things initially by foundation system. Just to give you my score today, on day 1, on November 1, my date of birth, official date of birth, and it happened to be Diwali on the same day. I think that was one of the best auspicious day to start something. So I started the YouTube channel, and if you want to get the channel link, might be it is on the description, where I am documenting my journey and I'm sharing all these things in an unedited format. And if anyone wants to ask me questions or give me some suggestions, advice, please feel free to go to that channel. And the idea of the channel is not to get monetizing and all those things and get money from YouTube, but the entire purpose to do this is so that I'm self accountable to the initiatives that I'm doing every day in, day out. I'm documenting this journey. So if I fail, it will be a great learning. If I pass, it will still be a great learning. And it has been a lot of ups and downs in my life. And this particular channel is going to be the documentation for how from nothing, absolutely from scratch, with 121 days in hand, someone can start something with or without anything. So just to give you my scorecard, on day 1, I started the YouTube channel and I had documented all the things, what I needed with the minimalistic things, how much money I've spent, what I'm doing out there, why is this YouTube channel, what are the kind of technologies or technicalities behind this, how with just a single phone, hand phone, if you're watching me, you have a hand phone or any device, you can start this. The second day was more about the resources that I had, the budgeting that I did. Third day, I finalized an office space because I needed a kind of a different environment to work in that zone. And I created something which has got around 3 to 4 extra people can join in. Day 3 and day 4 was more about actioning certain points. Day 4 was where I started sharing it out loud, and I'm creating all this backend systems. I don't need any websites and all, but I need something to shout out loud. And yeah. So I started communicating to multiple people out there. So I'm using a concept called as 100. Okay, it's called as 100 point. Okay, so that's the kind of a concept that I'm playing across. I'm spending a lot of time with AI tools and research tools. I think I can definitely tell you that the time when I started my first company, when I was in college, I never had such kind of tools. I never had that kind of privileges. Other than some online search tools, there was nothing there. And the second in command for me was a fat book called as Yellow Pages. How many of you guys recall that time? Okay. That's the only tool that I had. And it was a trial, hit and trial, hit and trial. And it was a lot of cold calling, reaching out people, even kind of getting people. And we were dependent on only that time. That's the time there was no Naukri, no Monster. So there was the hiring was very difficult. We have to rely on people, our known people, known community. Hey, if I have somebody or if you can know somebody, please allow me to. Placards and handouts were there. But now the research that I did on the fourth day, I think I have done research of at least like 5 to 6 months of research in less than 30, 40 minutes. So I am using a technique called as 100 minutes of AI. What all things I can do with that? It's crazy, crazy things that is giving. How do I compile all these things? So I started all these things on the fourth day. Yesterday was the fifth day. And I use the same techniques to reach out to people. And day after tomorrow, I'm getting my first investor meeting happening. So I don't know where it is going. So and the good thing about this is I am not reaching to people, and people are reaching out to you because some or the other way there are some good credibilities. In fact, I have failed in a lot of startup things. Okay, in my startup things, but I was able to help more than 30 to 35 startup companies in 2022 alone, and I was awarded by Governor of Karnataka as well. If many of you guys doesn't know about how this entire thing worked, I just helped certain fix-ups on marketing, sales, getting them investments. That's the only three things I have done. And these companies have been through their own journey. But this time the journey is different. You know, it is very easy to do the whatever the things you have learned as a doctor and administer on something else. But when you have to do that same surgery on yourself, it is very difficult. So with that, I would like to start this meeting on today's Dhamastri. To keep this video short and sweet, today is day number 6. My initiative is about documenting this thing. And on every 7th day, I am measuring the kind of speed I have gone through, the tempo that I have, the resources where I am right now. There are certain things which you might not see. So I'm disclosing you. My earning on day 6 is negative. Okay, so I'm negative right now. And I think before you fly, you need to run on the runway. So I think I'm just on that. So I'm just burning the fuel to have the runway been cleared. And there's some ground clearance happening before I take off. So I'm just on that part. So that's a deadly disclaimer of me, what I'm doing right now. Okay, so I think this is a journey of a startup. I can definitely talk about that. I would like to open the discussion forum for people. If you have faced similar kind of situations, please go ahead. Who wants to go first?
Good morning, Dada.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So basically, I think startup is a concept which has been there mostly in India actually for quite some time, but then I think it is very nascent, very small, not really that relevant. But it's only that with the open economy, I think people are now understood the importance of a startup. But I think startup may not be a startup as we say, and it can be even a small activity also, just to start your journey. So basically, in that, I think the whole first of all is that you can do anything you want to do, but then you should be relevant to the market. That's the one thing. The first thing I think always you don't do it for your kind of what do you call. You don't expect money from work which you're doing just for your leisure. Then it doesn't make a sense. You are doing a business for the sake of business and you want money from it, but you don't do it from a passion, but you just do it for some kind of activity you want to make yourself busy. That's a difference which we all I think in India we have to understand that a lot of people who starts they say I started a company or something like that, but then in the end they end up saying that and they end up saying they don't have money and all that, and they burn themselves. So the whole concept, first of all, is that the whole infrastructure has to be clear as to how to do, how to monetize, how to get the money if you really are serious about it. So that's something I think is where we are all missing. There's no clear guideline. I mean, there are very few people a few industries who will tell you about what to do, how to do. And that's something which, no, it's just a hit and trial for some of the people who
Mm.
are coming into this, industry, new industries, which they are, the
Yeah,
way they think they can do it. They have some experience, but then I don't think it is actually relevant to put it up as a
that's okay.
monetization. Yeah.
That's okay. I think there is another thing. What I can see from my research is there is a silent, salient trillion-dollar industry is budding underneath from the time from COVID. I see a lot of people are coming up and working alone. That is called as OPC model, one person company model. So this can be anyone. It can be a freelancer, or somebody who's a content expert, somebody who's a digital expert, right? Somebody is into the wellness things, right? Someone is into some treatments. I'll say some social cause. I see a lot of consultants, influencers, tech experts, and gamers. Yeah, gamers are coming up. Content creators. I think these are very, very diversified industry. So just to keep everything in one bucket, so I'm calling it as an OPC bucket. This is one of the biggest, I think, the growth that has happened after COVID. I think the COVID was one of the accelerators for this industry to boom, utilizing the remote-based or virtual-based infrastructures they have. So supporting this company, I can see many other things happening simultaneously. Like, for example, the telecom department and the innovations on telecom is amazing, right?
Yeah.
Number two, physical storage to cloud storage. I see a different kind of an industry booming up there because everyone needs something. Then, since you have a storage, since you are remotely there, then there is a telecom thing. Definitely, there are a lot of computational uh, softwares and systems has been developed out there. I think it is very happening very fast. Another thing I am able to say is these people are also one of the greatest buyers of sustainable sources of automobiles like battery operated or rechargeable batteries and all those things. So I can see industries like lithium harvesting industries or battery processing industries, battery charging retail centers. Like you have got petrol stations, they have got battery charging stations coming up. So I think there is a lot of different kind of things. But in the name of sustainable, because you go to anywhere, when I'm talking about startups, there are certain startups hubs. How many of you guys need a list of all? I'll not say all, but at least the major startup hubs in India. If you need to read about them, I can create a kind of an entire document and give it to you. I've been working very closely with ZSI, that is Zone Startup India. Then we have got TIE, IndieCube. Then I was also connected to like NASCOM, IAN, Indian Angel Network, Unitas, Axel Partners, Kalari Capital, and many other such kind of things are there. If you need a list of it, then ask me probably in the comment section when you are watching this video. I should be able to support you on that for at least one day. Okay, because I don't have anyone to manage my YouTube right now. So we can do that. Do you think it will be a good one to at least get to know about what the other people are also doing? Many people are working very silently. I think it's a very, very good thing. And what Devanji was also pointing out is the lack of capital. I don't think so. It's a lack of capital at this point of time. Look, when I started, I'm talking about like 20 years back, I had to rely on my own savings. I had to beg, buy, borrow, okay, get some loan and do certain things. And I learned a very powerful thing. Poor people save money, rich people, they take loan, and the so-called people, they feel they're highly talented. They, uh, okay, I'll just put it in a different way. These people are looking for partnership, most of them, okay? And they get entangled and imprisoned with that same partnership because some partner has put some fund. Now they are locked. Okay. But I think this is a very open system right now. Funds are no problem at all. We have got many people who are into angel network and angel supports, VCs. Many NBFC companies have come into play, whether it is Kisht or Cash Free or so many things are there. Earlysalary.com. Acha, if you want to have a free meal, yes, free meal is possible. I have tried it. It's called as lazy pay. Go to Swiggy or Zomato. If you're not able to pay, let's say your Google Pay is not working, Amazon Pay is not working, Phone Pay is not working, PayPal, Paytm, nothing is working. You can click the option of lazy pay and you can pay them after 7 days without any interest. So you will not die of hunger. Even if you don't have a job, you will not die of hunger. These are some of the greatest things that I'm looking for. But how are these companies working? How are these companies making money? Are they really making money? I leave that thing to the time and experts who are talking about it. Yeah, anyone else would like to share something on startups? Startup is not about just a company. It can be a single person also. It can be your new journey. Might be a consultant or anything. Go ahead.
Dada, for somebody who has never been into business, we start looking for various resources for these ideas. What should we do? And many times we reach out to people and we follow their suggestions. And if there is an opportunity, we are looking into our environment, right? So there could be an event where each and everyone is looking at, for example, evolution of EVs, right?
Uh-huh.
So everybody is eyeing on it silently, and they would be spinning up businesses, something around it.
Okay,
And
their perspective. Okay, go ahead.
yeah, and once it comes to fruition, almost they would have started at the same time. And when the business is building up, they see each other. Okay, even you are in this business, and it starts competition there. So this is very interesting. How to, select the niche area where one can establish monopoly instead of going with the herd. I'll not say herd, but under same conditions, many times we think alike. Thank you, Dada.
You have asked or you have spoken about 4 to 5 points. The first thing that you spoke was about industry selection, like which is the best industry. So there is nothing called best industry. And someone said that, okay, Dada, I have no prior expertise on business. Why? Because still in India, they think unless and until you sell something, you are not in business. Hello? You have to sell something to become a businessman. I don't think so. Business is not about just selling. Business is also about buying as well. Yes or no? I have to buy your time. So that means I'm hiring you. I have to buy the resources so that I can have some capital stuff. So business is not about just selling. It is also about buying, and it is also about how are you adding all these points. So compiling all these things also. So right process, right tool, right people, right environment, creating an amazing ecosystem out there. And maybe what I can do is maybe I can take one more person, then I will divert this entire points of talking to. I can give you 5 things why people buy. And based on that, you will be able to figure it out. It is not that you are not in business. The day when you landed onto this world, you are in business. Yes, hello? Let me tell you how. The day when you are born in a nursing home or a hospital or some other place. Yes or no? So there was a fund been put to bring you to this earth. Angels have not. Yeah, they are actually angels. Yes or no? Now you know why they are called as angel investors. Your parents are the angel investors, man. They have already paid the money. Then only you landed. Yes or no? Your runway was clear. So when you landed here, starting from your food to your hygiene to your soap, everything there is a buying. It's a goddamn business. You are the consumer. And your parents were the customers. Yes or no? Who said you are not in business? You are there in business before you were born also. To make that landing clear, there was a business. I don't agree on this. Now, you starting a business, you already started so many people's business. You contributed just by landing also. You contributed something. Yes or no? Yeah. Mowgli is a different concept. Now you are in an urban area, urban jungle. You are the Mowgli now. So you are consuming, and based on that, there are some human emotions are there. Your relatives came, muh dikhai ke liye, they gave you some golden things. That is also purchase na baba. Somebody is earning, somebody's business is running on that also. Yes or no? Nowadays we have some crazy things. Pregnancy photograph. What do you call that? Post-pregnancy photograph, pre-pregnancy photograph, then child photograph. I can tell you all these things because I was working with medical systems. So before the child is born till 10 years, I know the entire business out there. I can create an entire email things or email gateways. And yeah, so before the child is born, I can start giving a training to the new going to be mom and dad. Hello, I can charge money on that. Yes or no? I can bring them about how to take prenatal care, postnatal care, and all these things. Hello. Number two, how to get a caregiver. What kind of perambulators you should buy? What kind of diapers you should buy? Hello. Yes. When the baby comes in, baby shower, one event at least in India, it will be at least 50,000 to 1 lakh rupees. Guarantee. Yes or no? Then what cake to give, which photographer to bring in, event, then school, then admission, then crutch, then so many things. Hello. And you are telling you are not in business. You are the goddamn business. If you are not doing business, then you will be the business. Right? Someone said this dialogue many years back. If you are not taking part in politics, then you will be a politics. Similarly, if you are not in business, then you are the business. And another thing, there is nothing free. Wherever you are going for free, even if you come here also, please understand you are the goddamn product. Hello, making sense? All right. So we can talk about that. Okay. Anyone else would like to share some points before I can tell you about the 5 points why people buy?
For me, it is just to do with clarity. Why you are doing that, number one. Number two, how do you manage? Like, for example, Birendra said, okay, I don't have prior experience. So whether you have prior experience or not, sometimes the challenges could be managed by a different method, simpler method. You might be following the same pattern that you are used to. Third thing is having a mentor who can accelerate the whole process so that you can get the whole thing done in maybe 1/10 of the time.
True.
And that too successful. These are the three things which come to my mind.
Absolutely.
Irrespective of any business.
I think, what one point I'll tell you is having a person who has already been there, done it and dusted it is the shortest way for you to grow. Rich people and successful people, they always buy time. So you can buy time by getting somebody else's expertise, leveraging your time to do something else. And you don't need any skills. The only skill you need is skill to close somebody to work along with you. That's it, right? And if you can close this mentor, so how to close a mentor? You cannot buy him. He's way higher than you. The only way is devotion, volunteer, paid mein pad jao. I don't know. There was a movie many years back I saw. It was Akshay Kumar. He said, "Isko patana to mera baya haath ka khel." You know what he does? वो बायां हाथ से उसका पैर पकड़ लेता है. Right? And he is there. Whatever he does is there. It was a fun comedy, but the true motive is if you need to do anything to get this guy in your industry, if he's a landmark or he is somebody who is a position holder, I'm telling you, just be with him. The things that you will learn, you will not be able to learn from any books, any programs, because he's the guy who has already done it. And there is one criteria. He should be able to connect with you. He should be practicing what he is preaching. He should be somebody who is open to work and have that kind of a broad things. And initially, I was thinking that top-end people will be very shrewd and they will have an ego and all these things. But I was wrong. The higher the people go, the more humble they become. Okay, conditions apply. There are exceptions. Okay, there are exceptions. Now, coming to the second part, you said clarity. I think if you have a good, I'll not call the word called as mentor, but I will call it as the Sitha. Okay, mentor is a big thing. Mentor has his own ideation. Like, for example, many people don't know, Chanakya was a great mentor, right? I always take his example. Why? He took a normal kid and made him as the largest real estate mafia of the world. And it is not done with the 3 hours masterclass. Let's be honest. For that, there has to be a motive to make this kid as the Samrat. Yes or no? The motive was he wanted to take revenge from somebody. And that's why he wanted somebody to do the work for him. Mentor is that guy. He has his own dimensions, own thinking, own process, and own goals. Yes or no? He did all these things because actually he was tired of losing hair. He wanted to tie it up. So that was the thing that he wanted to do. Anyways, that was the joke part. I don't think so. Mentor is the right word. You need a Siddha. Siddha is the person who is way different than the mentor. He teaches you while he is doing it, right? I think the best thing is, my concept is, don't believe in those people who are storytellers. Believe in that guy who is a practicing guy today. If he's not practicing, that means he's not doing it. Yeah, he might not be practicing what you are there. He might be practicing something at a higher level. You might not know about that, but he is there in the industry. He's doing something. Fair? Okay. And if you're working with him, you do not need a clarity. Just do it. So these are the three things. You have to believe in yourself that you are doing something good. You have to believe in the process of this Siddha, and you have to believe in Goddamn Siddha. Yes or no? His process is giving results, then do it. Don't ask questions. He might ask you to stand on one leg with this much deep water. Then do it. If it is helping you to reach to your destination. Fair? So I don't think so clarity is required. Once you get that magnet will give you the North Pole and South Pole. You don't have to think. Number two, this is live, guys. I'm taking the data from the point here. You said experience. Again, I don't believe in that concept of experience. I do not know many things. But like, for example, someone is an IT expert. Someone is into logistic expert. Someone is into holistic healthcare expert. Someone is into some other things. I cannot learn all these things in my single life. Yes or no? Right? So I feel if I can combine all this experience, I can do so many things much more faster than anyone else. And that is going to be fantastic. The problem is everyone wants to be a monopoly. And that is the problem. Why not you all gather together, create an ecosystem, that ecosystem becomes a monopoly. How does that sound? We have everyone inside this ecosystem, and that is what I'm doing with this new initiative. Yeah. And the new initiative, I think I was talking to somebody. I said, you know the ant? You know ant? The ants, what is the size of the brain of an ant? Can anyone tell me what is the size? Not even 1 gram might be. I don't know. The ant entire body is not even 1 gram. Yes. If that small brain can follow lane discipline, can be a fantastic, loyal person, can be a greatest soldier, can take care of the community, can hunt food for you, can stay in an ecosystem, can take care of the dead people, sick people, diseased people. If that small brain can do, and we call ourselves as the evolved bullshit. Am I making sense? Now coming to the business of it. I think you cannot find a single negative adjective about ants. It is very difficult. They're great. So I think that's a beautiful concept. And when you talk about experience, I think they have a process, and this process is coming from their culture from, I don't know how many thousands of years. Yes or no? I think it is one of the most oldest living creature on this planet. Yes or no? They're following the culture. But why we are following something which is nonsense? Am I making sense? Look what is happening in us now. I'm talking about the Indian culture. Outside people are opting our culture, and we are opting what? Where are we heading to? All buns and burgers and pizza? Because you don't like the normal roti and the dal sabji that our people are cooking at home? Yes? Anyways, I don't want to talk about this. I think this is something that I'm doing, is like bringing back this old culture. I think clarity. So pointing, I'm just reversing to you. You said clarity. I don't think so. You need a clarity. You need a good guide who can guide you, the Siddha. The day when you search the Siddha, I think 95% of your task is over. Yes or no? Dada, what is the other two things? 4% is your commitment, energy, investment, sacrifice, and there is no other things. What is that 1%? 1% is the God's grace. You need to do something, man. Your karma is going to work out. Okay, it is good or bad, I don't know, but you have to accept it. You cannot do anything. You put whatever the magic wand, I'm sorry. It is also written there that on this day, this guy is going to come with the magic thing and going to do something. That is also pre-written. So that 1%, I think it is an act of God. Yeah, you believe it or not, this is my perspective, and I think I'm okay. So someone is asking, motivation is required. Why motivation is required? I think motivation is a different concept. Hunger is a different concept. If you are hungry, you do not need goddamn motivation. When you are hungry, you are going to do only one thing, is you are going to search the food, search the solution, right?
Okay, focus is more on the why.
The why is
Why
okay.
I am doing it, right?
So
that's where the hunger comes, right?
Again, if you want to talk about why, there are 5 levels of why. The first why is me. That is called survival level. So I need to survive. For survival, I can kill also somebody. Yes or no? Good or bad, I don't know. But I have to survive. Survive for self-defense. Second level of why is my closest people. It is for mine. First one was me. Second one is mine. My family, my parents, my kids, whatever, my dog, my cat. I have to safeguard that. That is the responsible area. That is the second reason. The second why is this. This is where, so the higher population is there. You will see they are taking care of their family. They are working because of the family. Yes or no? Are you guys with me? The third why is you are working for a community, a clan, a tribe. That's why in this purpose, you will be able to see people work with bigger money, bigger resources, bigger people. It is not about me and mine. It is not about my family, your family. It is about multiple families together. All the CEOs, leaders, organization heads, presidents, they are all here. They work with bigger money. Yes or no? That is the third thing. There is their biggest why. On top, you will go to those people who are creating still larger things. They are taking care of state, nation. Yeah. So that's a higher level of working. That is their bigger why. Now they are creating all these things. Then you have got somebody who is working for the world level kind of things, world peace, movements. And then the last part is the spirituality. When they don't find anything, let it be God. But that is also a purpose. I don't think so. After this fifth element, there is no other purpose. You got your why? So according to your why, you are earning the same thing. You got my point? If you are a me guy, and if you have the purpose as only your self thing, okay, you want to be stable or you want to be in a surviving model or whatever it is, then you are earning only that much. When you start taking a responsibility, then you earn bigger amount, because to run a house and to run yourself, it is different. To run a bigger community, you need bigger money. Hello? But for that, you need to take risk. Are you guys getting this? At each step of why, there is a particular action required. For survival, it is just committing. Just do it. Do any goddamn thing. If you have a family, then it is called responsibility, right? You have to take responsibility. Other than you will not be able to get that money, get that wisdom. Third thing, you have to become. If you want to become a leader, then you have to have a lot of sacrifice into that. All the CEOs take so much of risk, so much of sacrifice. Yes or no? On top, when you are taking the world care and nation care and all these things, then that is complete ownership. Here, you need to do bairag. You have to leave every goddamn thing and take complete surrender to the world. Some of the greatest people here, they have left their family, house, home, everything. Yes or no? Check it out. Some of the biggest names. Why? Because they took the ownership of the entire world. Then there are higher levels. So you got your why. There is no other purpose. These are the only 5 purposes. Now, where are you doing your business? In the me level of client, in the we level of client, or in the nation level, or where? That is how it is going to be. Yeah. So let's come into the last part of today's topic, is the 5 reasons why people buy. I think these are my pointers. Some people buy just because of price. Jidhar sasta, udhar astha. Yes or no? Some people buy only of price. And in 2024, if you are just surviving because you are a discounted guy, because you are selling in low price, to some extent you can survive, but you cannot continue like that because you need something to market yourself. How long can you survive just by giving a discount? Because the more time you are with less profit, then you will have more time with more harsh realities that you are going to suffer, right? So if it is a highly discounted commodity that you are selling in this market, the only way for you is to sell a lot of commodity in a mass. Otherwise, you will not be able to sustain. There is no other way. Am I making sense? There is no other way. The second thing, why people buy? Why people buy? Because of place. Okay, place. For example, many people buy from eBay, Flipkart, and all these other things. Why? Because in that place, I get everything. Right? I don't have to go to multiple places. Don't have to go for one thing in one place, one thing in another place. I get everything there. Right? So I think place is a very powerful activator for people to buy. So that's why people many times they don't want to go to a small shop. They want to go to a mall because they feel I have more choices there. I've got more versatilities of my products. I mean, making sense? Yeah. The third reason why people buy, according to me, is quality. It is no longer about price. It is no longer about place, but I need the good quality. I need a superior quality. I need a worthy quality thing. Okay. So you will never compromise on pharmaceuticals and any kind of medicines, right? You will always go with the higher quality. Yes or no? Even if it is expensive. Or you will go to some doctors who are really good, even if they charge high, you don't mind paying them. Yes? Hello? Okay. Life-saving instruments. You don't mind to, you don't compromise on the quality, right? Anything life-saving, correct? So I think that's one of the reasons why people buy. The fourth one is convenience, right? I would like to give you my example of, last year I was in a hotel in, I don't know which city, and they had a small refrigerator and a small, a box kind of a thing. Inside the refrigerator, there are all drinks were there. Okay, normal drinks, hot drinks, everything is there. And on top, there was a small box where chips and fries and all these things were there. And if I tell you the price, the thing that you buy outside in 20 rupees to 40 rupees, inside it was 150 rupees. 3, 4, 10 times high. But I would still like to eat. Why? Because it was convenient. Because my flight landed at that time and it was night around 2 o'clock, where I will go and hunt for food. So chalo, let me eat something. Hello? Getting me? That is called convenience. And people don't mind paying for that as well. So, and the last part in modern world, because I'm telling you all this is because I'm doing kind of a lot of research. And the last thing is all about, in 2024, I see a lot of personalization happening. I call it as the subway mindset. Okay, everyone needs their subway in a different way. Everyone needs their burger to be designed in a different way. Yes or no? I need this more, I need that more, I need this masala more, this sauce more, or this less, that less. They have a super customization, whether it is automobile or whether it is buying a real estate, whether buying a retail. Now you can have designer wears. I need the collar like this. I need a Mandarin collar. I need this collar. I need that thing. You have so much of versatilities of customization. And I think these are the 5 ingredients that will give a fantastic product or a fantastic service. So the question is, how are you pricing yourself? Based on your pricing, people are going to be judging you. That's the truth. People are going to be judging you. If you're pricing too less, then people will look at you as a cheap product. If you're pricing it as very high, then people will look at something that they have no reach and they will never come to you. So you need to have the just in place price. I cannot teach you here because I'm practicing all these things. Today is day 6 of my new journey. And already I have sold certain points. Okay. So number 2, place. Okay. Place means not the geography. Place means not the thing, but is your business, is your process, is the destination where people are getting what they are looking for. Okay. And they are getting all these things in exact appropriateness of what they are expecting as an outcome. Okay. Is it value driven? Is it worthy? Is it decreasing their time? Is it increasing their efficiency? Is it decreasing their efforts and increasing the output quality in a better way? Or is it helping them to accelerate to the destination where they want to go? These are all the pointers of that place or your process. The third thing was about quality. So where are you differentiating yourself as a product or as a service? So it is no longer about USP. USP was there long back. Now, how much authentic you are, how much result proving frequency is there with you. If this is not there, then quality is a kind of a dicey thing. Are you certified by somebody? Are you stamped by somebody? Do you have certain, certification is also outdated now. People are looking at result right now with me. Can you give me the result what I expect? And it is not about certification. It is about the real tangible outcome of that business. That is called quality according to me. And you are giving it every goddamn time. So every time they get that same quality, same structure, same thing. So you might have gone to some, joints like, or what do you call this? That's hotels or, certain retail chains are there. You will see the same product everywhere, correct? The burger will taste same thing in Gujarat. The same burger will taste the same thing in West Bengal also. Hello, right? Why? Because they're maintaining, they call it as quality, but I call it as standards. Quality has become a standardized structure. Convenience. Look at the banks now. The Sarkari banks still give you, okay, fill up the form. And you are thinking, scratching, you do not know 90% of the things. Even though you are a PhD, you are sitting with that form. You can't fill it up. Whereas in a private bank, they will ask you, sir, please sign here, remaining I will do. Convenience. I would rather go to a private bank than this bank. Yes. I don't have to carry my pen. They come with the best pen. They will come with the things. And in the Sarkari bank, they will give you the paper. This person, first of all, he's a fantastic looking person. He's hygienic. They are presentable more. They come with a nice, a leather writing pad with a bag, this thing. They give you in a nice way, presentable. Yes, hello. Last one, personalization. I have seen high-end cars are sold with cakes with their name written, certificate with their name written. Hello, yes or no? Seat cover with their name written. Super personalization. They want to look different. How can you make people have different? So I think these are the 5 things. And let's pause our session today. Anything that you want to share? We can have around 2 or 3 people to share about pointers about how did you feel about today's session? Go.
Okay, thank you, Devanji. So thanks Dada for the session. Really amazing. A lot of content. We got to see business from all different perspectives, the challenges that we could be facing, and also we could be exploring opportunities through these 5 reasons why people buy. Thanks, Dada.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, it is not just only 5. There might be others also, but I'm just keeping it to 5. Easy. Okay. Yeah. Next person.
थैंक यू दादा। मैं तो थोड़ा लेट से शामिल हुआ हूँ, तो ये मैं आ गया हूँ अपने ससुराल में, या छठ पर्व की तैयारी चल रही है। लेकिन मैंने जो अभी सुना, उसमें सबसे बड़ी चीज है कि जो कस्टमर सर्विस, वही उसको आपस में रिलेट करता है आगे। प्रेजेंटेशन का बहुत बड़ा रोल है। आपने सही बताया, चाहे कहीं भी किसी चीज का प्रेजेंटेशन जिस तरह से होगा, वो चीज उतना ही ज्यादा जो है कामयाब होगा। प्रेजेंटेशन में भी बहुत सारे चीजों का ध्यान रखना पड़ता है, खासकर कि व्यक्ति का नीड क्या है, उसकी पसंद क्या है, और उसका पॉकेट क्या अलाउ करता है, वो किस जगह से रिलेट करता है, और वो जी। तो ये सारा चीज होने पर ये सारा चीज जो है, मतलब कि ये सेल्स के चीजों को आगे बढ़ा सकते।
मैं आपसे सहमत नहीं हूँ
जी।
ओके। अगर आज भी आपको प्रेजेंटेशन करना पड़ रहा है, मतलब कहीं ना कहीं पे आप वो ब्रॉडकास्ट नहीं कर पा रहे हो, जिसके कारण आपके पास लोग आए और आपको जाना पड़ रहा है। सो आई थिंक ये प्रॉब्लम पहला है। सेकंड प्रॉब्लम है व्यक्ति का नीड वो खुद जानता है, आपको पैदा करने की जरूरत नहीं है। उसका पॉकेट में कितना पैसा है, 2024 में पॉकेट में पैसा होना ना होना कोई मतलब नहीं है। और जो हॉस्पिटल में मर रहा होगा ना, आप वहां पे देखते नहीं कि कितना पैसा लग रहा है, आप कुछ ना कुछ करके पैसा ला दोगे। मनी इज नॉट द प्रॉब्लम इन 2024। मैं मान ही नहीं सकता हूँ। या तो आप मांग नहीं पा रहे हो, या तो आप वैल्यू नहीं क्रिएट कर पा रहे हो, या नीड उतना क्रिएट नहीं कर पा रहे हो, या तो फिर आप वो नेटवर्क उनको सपोर्ट नहीं कर पा रहे हो। इफ यू वांट टू डू माय प्रोग्राम्स एंड इफ यू डोंट हैव मनी, आई विल कनेक्ट यू टू बैंक्स, लोन शार्क्स। आई कैन गिव यू समथिंग हु कैन हेल्प यू टू गेट फंड्स फ्रॉम एजुकेशनल लोन्स, एनबीएफसीज। क्या बात कर रहे हैं कि पैसा नहीं है मार्केट में? पैसा भरपूर है, आप ले नहीं पा रहे हो। मेकिंग सेंस? आज से 20 साल पहले we never had so many things like mortgage systems, gold loan systems नहीं था। ये सब नो इस तरीके से नहीं था। आज आपको सब कुछ जो है फ्री में मिल सकता है। स्विगी से भी अगर खाना ऑर्डर करेंगे, देयर इज अ पॉइंट, देयर इज अ प्लेस वेयर यू कैन गेट द फूड एंड पे देम आफ्टर 7 days। कौन देगा? आज से 10 साल पहले ये सिस्टम था ही नहीं। टुडे एवरीथिंग इज फ्री। आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट 15 years बैक, जब मैं बिजनेस स्टार्ट किया था, मुझे प्रिंट आउट करके लेके जाना पड़ता था, बिकॉज देयर वाज नो पीपीटी ऑल्सो दैट टाइम। क्योंकि पीपीटी भी था तो कंप्यूटर नहीं था, कंप्यूटर था तो इंटरनेट नहीं था, इंटरनेट था तो शायद नेटवर्क नहीं चल रहा है। यस, यस और नो? इसलिए मैं प्रिंट आउट करके लेके जाता था। एंड दैट टाइम वन कलर प्रिंट आउट इज टू कॉस्ट मी 20 रुपीज, एक सिंगल पेज का। मैं सही बोल रहा हूँ कि नहीं? आप लोग बताओ। आज आपको बोलने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, बटन दबाओ
वैसा
काम।
वैसा वैसा सही है सर, वैसा ही हम लोग फेस किए भी हैं।
हाँ
100%।
एग्जैक्टली। तो अगर आज भी अगर आप प्रेजेंटेशन दे रहे हो, देन प्रेजेंटेशन दे क्यों रहे हो? उसको खुद पता चलेगा। सो देयर आर डिफरेंट टेक्निक्स आर देयर। अगर आप वो टेक्निक्स नहीं यूज कर रहे, ट्रेडिशनल तरीके से काम करोगे, तो बिजनेस बढ़ ही नहीं सकता। सही पे गाड़ी रुका रहेगा। द फास्टेस्ट वे इज टू ग्रैब द हैंड ऑफ अ सिद्धा, जो ये काम कर रहा है, अभी प्रैक्टिस कर रहा है, दिखा रहा है, उनका हाथ पकड़ लो। ना कोई पढ़ने की जरूरत, ना कोई बुक्स खरीदने की जरूरत, ना कोई प्रोग्राम लेने की जरूरत। पकड़ लो। दादा पैसा नहीं है, बस अक्षय कुमार सर का लेफ्ट हैंड टेक्निक यूज करो, गिर जाओ, डू सम वॉलंटियरिंग। ऑलराइट, नेक्स्ट पर्सन।
थैंक यू दादा।
थैंक यू।
I think you
ये
have given a complete 360-degree view, maybe mini Vishwaroop, what is possible. I think it's also, like you said, Siddha, when you go to a higher levels, the same perspective could change. The answer could be different, depending on the ability to receive, right?
जी
Problem could be the same, answer could be different. So that's what I
नहीं,
understand.
जब डॉक्टर के पास जाते हो ना, दवाई सेम रहेगा। या तो मैं आपको दवाई दिखा रहा हूँ, ये एक दवाई है, राइट? एक बच्चे को शायद इसको पानी में डाल के घोल के पिलाएगा, दवाई सेम है, ये थोड़ा सा देगा। एक जो might be somebody who is youth who can take and tolerate this thing, उसके लिए शायद डोसेज अलग हो जाएगा, करेक्ट? या तो तोड़ के देगा, या तो फिर किसके साथ लेना है, सुबह लेना है, शाम को लेना है, या तो फ्रीक्वेंसी बढ़ जाएगा। दवाई सेम है, दवाई में चेंज नहीं है, लेकिन अ सिद्धा नोज हाउ टू एडमिनिस्टर द थिंग इनसाइड योर बॉडी। उसको सलाइन में देने का है, पिलाने का है, उसको टैबलेट खिलाने का है, सुबह खिलाने का है, रात को खिलाने का है, कॉम्बिनेशन में खिलाने का। ही नोज दैट कॉन्सेप्ट। सो मेडिसिन आर नॉट चेंजिंग, द डोसेजेस कैन बी चेंज्ड, यस और नो? जो बेस एलिमेंट है, द बेस फॉर्मूला, वो फॉर्मूला सेम रहेगा। हाउ यू आर पुटिंग दैट फॉर्मूला इन यूज इज डिफरेंट। डज इट मेक सेंस?
True.
गुड। या अल्टीमेटली वही 3 स्किल्स में आ रहा है। You should know what to search. That means you have to search your problem, the other guy's problem, and find a communicating system that will bridge this entire gap. And that when you know these things, automatically system is closed. If the doctor does not close the patient, patient will never be healed. Yes or no? उस दर्द में रहेगा जिंदगी भर। Yeah, next person. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dada, I think you really pointed out a good point here. So basically, it's just that you should know who's your consumer first of all, that you know to whom you're going to sell. So basically,
मैं
that,
आपसे फिर से सहमत नहीं हूँ. I am an odd guy. You should not know your customer. Your customer should know who the hell are you. ये उल्टा सिस्टम है. Are you getting this? राधर, आप कब तक ढूंढते फिरोगे कस्टमर को? आप एक एक कस्टमर कब तक बनोगे? दर मास मेलिंग करेंगे, मास कब तक करोगे? डू समथिंग जहां पे कस्टमर खुद चल के आए. हाँ, तू ही मेरा सब है. यस, यस. Are you getting this? So it is not about ideal customer profiling. It is about ideal product profiling or ideal what should I say, company profiling. People love to work in certain company. Yes or no? Yes or no? There are some products. आप जाते हो product के पास. Okay. Name a brand which can associate with a small baby. दिमाग में खाली 2-4 ब्रांड ही आएंगे. Yes or no? Are you getting this? वो ब्रांड लोगों के पास नहीं जा रहा है, वो अपना ही कंटेंट अलग तरीके से बना रहा है, एंड ही इज पोजीशनिंग इट इन डिफरेंट वेज. इट्स चेंजिंग. आई डोंट नो, दिस आर ऑल माइक्रो चेंजेस. आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस? पहले होता था, पहले जाना पड़ता था, अभी आएगा. पुलिंग इज इजियर इन बिजनेस देन पुशिंग. अब कब तक लोगों के घर में खटखटाओगे? लेट पीपल कम टू यू. या, सो आई कॉल इट एज रिवर्सिंग. The guy who is selling milk, he has to go to all the doors. But the guy who is selling alcohol, people will come to you. Sell like an alcohol, but sell the milk. Okay, market like the alcohol, sell the milk. All right, next person, go ahead.
Yeah, Dada, like in previous years, like for example, we had Kirana shop. That was also a startup.
Correct.
And today also, like in the Kirana, then there used to be one person who is accountant, who is finance guy, who used to procure, who used to sell, and who used to market. Now we have all specialization. So it's just the way of doing things have changed. Don't you think that? And still we have problems in startups. Like we see they don't sustain. But Kirana shop used to sustain at that time, even though one person was running entire thing. So don't you think it's just the human qualities and we humans are bad at it? Otherwise, everything is in place.
Again, it is a perspective कि आप कहाँ से देख रहे हैं. Okay, half glass full और half glass empty. मैं इस concept में जाता ही नहीं. जो प्यासा है ना, उसको वो half glass कुछ भी पैसे में खरीद लेगा. Yes or no? और जो इसका प्यासा है ना, उसके लिए तो वो रेडीमेड है, वो थोड़ा सा कुछ मिलाएगा और पी लेगा. राइट? सी, अगर किराना शॉप का एग्जांपल लूं, पहले व्हेन मैरिजेस यूज्ड टू हैपन, बच्चा क्या कर रहा है? किराना शॉप चला रहा है, तुरंत मैरिज. यस और नो? ओके, बिकॉज इट वाज अ स्टेबल थिंग. टुडे मोस्ट ऑफ द किराना शॉप्स हैव बिकम अ पार्ट ऑफ कन्वीनियंस स्टोर. ओके, इट इज नो लॉन्गर अ किराना. ये पास में है, इजी मिल जाएगा. अभी ऑनलाइन से भी ऑर्डर करूंगा तो 4 घंटे के बाद आएगा. ये अभी जाके ले सकता हूँ. गेसिंग मी? दैट इज व्हाट हैज हैपेंड. बट इफ यू आस्क मी as a businessman, I would rather not, and that guy has to know about everything. Yes or no? I think rather than that, I have made one small video of my new office, जहाँ पे there is a what do you call this? There is a box. उसमें एक tablet लगा हुआ है, and they have got certain things जिसको dispensing or vending machines बोलते हैं उसको, and everything is there on that screen. आपको खाली tray select करना है और जो दिख रहा है वही मिलेगा. जितना है उतना ही है. You have to pay the amount by QR code, okay, and it will automatically come. So, if vending machines, and by the way, they're making good money out of it. Every day, at least, कम से कम ना भी होगा तो 5-10 हजार का सेल हो रहा होगा. Okay, I'm talking about the entire thing. Why not you look into the Kirana shop into a different way? Because today, your identity is all the QR code and the phone. I think most of the people, they have that thing, right? So if you can have a Kirana shop, you do not need a subject matter expert. You do not need a shopkeeper. Just put a good security guard. एक bodybuilder बैठा दो बस, right? And put that thing. चारों तरफ CCTV कैमरा कर दो और nearest पुलिस को अपना CCTV footage का उनका पासवर्ड दे दो. Boom, business over. Do you think it is powerful? दादा, वहां पे पैसा लगाना पड़ेगा. Nowadays, the products, many companies, they make surplus products and they don't mind keeping it. They are also willing to pay a rent to keep their products. Why? I have worked with electronic companies in Bangalore. I have worked with one of the largest chains, जिसके पास that time around 43 outlets were there. And how do you think he is managing all the outlets? एक भी बंदा उसका नहीं है, because each of the electronic companies, they will have their own trained people to be there because they are salesmen. Correct. So whether it is refrigerator, TV, washing machine, air cooler, geyser, AC, for each one there is a salesman. Do you think the guy is paying money from his pocket? No. So the people come from the company. They are paying the money to display the thing. So what that they are charging. They are charging per square feet for displaying their the commodity. So if anyone wants to start a business in a remote place also, you do not need to pay anything for the rent also. Don't have to pay for the electricity also. Don't have to hire a people also. This is called as the flylight model. This is where I think India can go if many people are working together. If anyone wants to be a part of this movement, please join in. The link is down there. I can probably help you out. But you need to volunteer. You need to be consistent. It is, I think, one of the fastest thing. Dada, how much time does it take? So I was reviewing one article. They said, Acha, can anyone tell me how much time does it take to open a coffee day outlet franchisee? Hello? For setting up the entire thing physically. Any idea?
2 months.
It takes 18 hours. 18 hours. Why? Only the logistic. Because everything is set. Kaun sa chair rahega, table rahega, everything is set. Even a blind man sitting in a coffee day, touching the chair and tell, okay, this is in coffee day. Yes or no? Everything is preset. So if you can create a kind of a structure like this, that Kirana shop with a bouncer, that's it. Because this is India. You need a bouncer. Bouncer with CCTV camera. And yes, one automation. Boom, done. And the good thing is, you don't have to refill. The company people will come and refill it. Yes or no? How they will come to know? Everything is online, sir. So tomorrow, if you want to start a Kirana shop in your own house, okay, boom. Okay, there are ways to do that. Again, it's up to us. We have got some companies, they are doing such kind of Kirana supplies in less than 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Two names I'll give you. One is Instamart, one is Blinkit. This is happening in Bangalore. I know that. Yeah. What is a bad state? Ambulance को आने में 1 घंटा लगता है. 10 मिनट में यहाँ पे कोक पहुंचता है. Okay. Anyone else would like to share anything? We are done for the day.
That's a very productive and idea generative program. Margaret, I have one question. What is the volunteer module?
Volunteer module is volunteer, and volunteering needs patience, consistency, and sacrifice. This is the eligibility criteria to be a volunteer. And there is one more thing, no expectation. If you can have this, then only knock the doors. Dada is going to help you. Fair?
Yes.
Is it fair? Yeah?
Yes, fair. But
Yeah.
learning is there, no? It's not free. Learning.
Learning is
When
technically free if you are open. You can learn from anything. You can learn from a tree, non-living things, dog, cat, cow, everything you will learn something. Now, Dada, from where to learn all these things? Patience, you can learn in a Shiva temple. Look at that animal waiting patiently in front of Lord Shiva when he will wake up and I will do something. Yes, I think that's the place you should learn patience. Yes, yes or no? I'm telling you what to learn where. You don't have to go outside. Just look at how and what Mr. Nandi is doing in front of a Shivlinga. You will find out the patience. Right? Learn from the characteristics. The other sacrifice कहाँ से सीखे? अच्छा, consistency किससे सीखे? Ant से सीखो. They work for the winter in the summer. Proactive. Yes or no? Consistency. दिन भर रात भर चल रहा है. कुछ तो चल रहा है. पता नहीं क्या. Okay. Sacrifice you have to learn somewhere else. Can anyone guess from where you can learn sacrifice?
Your parents.
Hmm?
Your parents.
Okay, fine. I told you, no, you don't need books. The moment you have this, someone can learn sacrifice from a river. Yeah. Someone can learn sacrifice from parents. Someone can learn something else. It's up to you. Someone can learn sacrifice from a tree.
Ray, yes.
Yeah, it is up to you from where you are doing it. All right, I think you got all these things. All right, guys. So with that, let me pause the session. Let me know how do you like this session, and when you write something on the comment section in the YouTube, I feel definitely मेरे को भी थोड़ा सा motivation चाहिए होता है. So this gives me a power boost, and I will send this entire video recording in the mails today. And if you are reading this mail and reading करते हुए आपने अगर इतना देख लिया, इतना time बिताया है, I think आपको 10 घंटा और browse करने की जरूरत नहीं. Thank you.